The following podcast is recommended for mature audiences only. The following podcast is recommended for adults only. Maturity is not a requirement.
Hello and welcome to Dear Download, a podcast about Download Festival, music and the industry, and all other aspects related to rock and metal. This episode is going to be all about Download Festival 2009. It's been a little while since we've done one of these, but 2009 is the next one in the sequence. We were both there. It was a long time ago, so our memories might be a little bit hazy. But we've been doing some research and everything. But we're going to be talking about the lineup, some of our memories, also a few other things that were going on in 2009 to maybe jog your memories of what was going on at the time as well. I am Adam, and as always, I'm here with Simon. How are you doing, my man?
Hello, and good day to you, sir. It feels like ages since I've said that to you, because
It does.
someone has been on a little holiday, haven't they?
I have, yes. I've been to a Scandinavian country.
Yeah, that's cool. It's very cool.
Yes, it's very cold. Yes, very, very cool. Minus 23 was the coldest it got to.
Wow.
I went to Lapland for sort of a long weekend with the kids last weekend now, and it was very cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
What was that?
I was going to say, this is weird. We're doing it as a weird way round. I don't know whether to just keep talking about it.
Yeah, we're going to
go back to you.
Keep talking about it for a little while. No, So what was the main reason for you going there? What did you guys look at and think? Right, we're going to go to Lapland, because it's not a destination that. I mean, I've heard of people going there, but most people, I don't know anyone that's actually been. I've heard of people going, but no one I know has actually gone. So
yeah, well, so the main reason to go with kids is Santa Claus Village is there. And they've got all sorts of other attractions. They've got like dog sled, it's not riding, driving, I guess. We were actually stood on the back with the dogs going.
that's cool.
There was all sorts of stuff. It was funny. So we got there. We got the plane. It was just about 3.5 hours. Kelly booked all of it. Kelly was absolutely amazing. She booked everything, the accommodation, sorted out like taxis and stuff. But so we got into the country. And we got a taxi to take us to where we were going to be staying. And Kelly was in the front because she knew where we were going and everything. And the taxi driver was talking to her and talking about where we are, what we might be likely to see and everything. And I kind of chimed in and said, "Oh, we might see some black metal bands."
What did they say?
He went, "Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I was jamming on my guitar before coming to work today." And I was like, "Of course you are. You're Finnish." Everybody was. Everybody in this country was doing that before coming to work today. I didn't say
awesome.
that bit, but that's what I thought.
That's so cool.
I really wanted to ask every Finnish person if they were in a black metal band after that. Every single person we saw, but
they all are.
Some were a bit grumpy. Yeah, that's what I thought.
All of them.
Asking.
They're all in black metal bands. Every single person in that country is.
Yeah. But yeah, cool. Like when we got to the accommodation, like it was snow everywhere. You would have seen the pictures probably up on Facebook. But yeah, I mean, of course, it was snow everywhere. I've never ever experienced it like that before, and it's going to be snow everywhere for months still to come.
Yeah,
over there. And when we got there, the in the middle of like the apartments that we were staying in, they'd built this big mound of snow for the kids, and there was sleds everywhere. But yeah, like I said, we did husky sleds. What else did we do? I'm not going to waffle on too much. There's only like 3 or 4 like main things we did. We went to a place called Snowman World.
Oh, cool.
And it was like an ice bar and ice restaurant and everything. All you could eat and drink was ice. No, it's not. They had ice skating, actually, which my kids absolutely loved. I wasn't too keen because I was worried that I would fall over and injure myself. Because I'm a fragile old man.
Just a note for myself. I am a terrible ice skater.
Yeah, I saw a few people fall over. One person fell over 3 times. Like, yeah. Tell me some. Sorry, I just butt in. Are you going to say any stories about your ice skating?
No, it's just really bad.
Yeah,
That's
really
it.
Bad.
That's it.
That's
it's
it.
Terrible.
Talking about really bad, actually. This will be the last thing I say. It was amazing. I would recommend anybody going, although it's not cheap. We didn't see the Northern Lights. Kelly was looking out for them. It got dark at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And actually, in Santa Claus Village as well, it's got part of the Arctic Circle there, which is apparently if you go past that, there's certain times of the year where the sun doesn't rise at all.
Cool.
When it's sort of the longest night of the year for us. Yeah, it's probably But yeah, we didn't see the Northern Lights, but when we were ice skating, all the sky was like green, and I didn't know if that was them doing that or if that was part of the Northern Lights where it doesn't have like the streams of green.
But it was green. That's cool.
It was really cool, and we're talking with Kelly and the kids about it, and one of probably my favorite dad jokes I've ever thought of. And I don't know if this is going to be really bad. And you're going to think I'm a twat. And in a couple of months' time, I'll be like, why did I admit to saying that on the podcast?
Go on.
It's going to be one of those, when you remember it, you just cringe internally.
But come on, live with no regrets. Come on.
I think it was good. But we were talking about the Northern Lights. A couple of planes went over, and I said to the kids, that's the Northern Sounds.
That is pretty terrible.
That's the Northern Sounds.
That's pretty terrible.
It was amazing. Yeah.
I'm sure at the time it was very good, but yeah, that's dad territory. I love it.
Yeah. I just chuckle to myself every time I think back to it. But like I said, it might be one of those things that I cringe internally for telling it publicly.
We've done so much cringy stuff. We're all good.
Yeah,
we're okay.
We have. But cool. That was mine. That was my last few weeks. Kind of. Good, how about you? What's going on with you?
Not much really. Your standard stuff, really. Like I said, we were speaking briefly before the show. I've spent my Sunday and partly Monday wrapped around my toilet because my son infected me with some sort of vomiting infection thing, whatever he was carrying, some zombie virus. And I'd only seen 28 days later, like the week before, and already I was vomiting. I was thinking, God, I haven't been bitten. I'm turning into one of the infected. It was that bad. Like Vicky next door was like, the sounds, because our family bathroom is right next to her. I didn't want to do it in the ensuite, and our family bathroom is the other side of the main bedroom, and she just said, God, the noises that were coming out of it. And it was really powerful. Like, if I hadn't done it in the toilet and I would have done it like up, it would have been projectile. Like, I was really going for it.
Lovely.
So that's how I spent that, which is good. I don't really have much to tell. I do have one big announcement, an announcement that I am starting another YouTube channel, which by the time this goes out should already be live with the first video on it. So basically,
I didn't know this, by the way.
No, Adam did not know this. I waited to tell him for the show. So basically, there's so many things that I want to do. And I've been reading up on algorithms and YouTube understanding your videos. Basically, on my first channel, I'm doing too much stuff. And it's not enough people are seeing my videos. They're not going out to, and it's not niche enough for what I'm doing on there. I'm spreading the content too thin. So I'm sticking to just sort of festival content on there. I'll probably do some music stuff on that as well, but I don't know if that will involve another one.
On the new one or the old one?
The new one's completely different. So the new one is something I want to do for ages. I've been collecting physical media, DVDs, for, years now, and I haven't documented any of it. So the new channel is called Simon Says Cinema, and it's all about me buying, collecting physical media, watching movies, reviewing films, just doing all the stuff that I would do on the other channel, but instead of it being music or festivals, it's all to do with films, basically.
Yeah. So, that's cool, man.
Yeah, so it's it's another completely different niche subject, probably completely different people subscribing to it. I mean, I'd love if the same people did that. Would be great to help me out to get going. And it's quite scary seeing now where it says 0 subscribers when I've built up the other one so much, and this one just says 0. And the first video would already be out by now, which is on the channel will be an intro of me just announcing the channel, a little bit about what the channel's going to be about, and then the first video of my DVD and Blu-ray haul from January.
Very nice. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know about that. I will check it out.
I'll get Adam to put the link to it in the episode, and it'll be all over social media. You guys would have already seen it, but yeah, Simon Says Cinema. There's a link on my other YouTube channel. But yeah, excited to start something else. The other channel obviously will still be going as normal, but some time and energy will be going into this one as well. So yeah,
cool. Yeah, I'm going to be your first subscriber.
Yeah,
because people won't hear about this until Sunday.
No, they won't. No, we're recording this on Wednesday, so Adam is literally the first person to find out about this.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah. Good luck with it.
Thank you.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
While we're here talking about YouTube, then I'm going to give a quick update on mine, and I won't say anything about it at the end. There's been a spanner thrown in the works with D&D. Kind of a good thing, because I was getting a bit of ahead of myself anyway, because we haven't even recorded the second episode yet. But basically, I can't create another YouTube channel until after the 18th of February, because I've used my phone number on too many YouTube channels. Well, two.
It's not like it's not like he's made like 10. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, my festival spotlight one I started or signed up to on the 18th of February. So as soon as I can after that, I'll be creating the channel properly on there. And I should be releasing it very soon after that, probably within a couple of days. So yeah, 18th to 20th of February is when the first D&D episode will come out.
Woo!
But I might have screwed myself over. So to send to people to sort of give it a watch first of all, I actually uploaded it to our Dear Download channel and kept it as an unlisted one.
So now
so it didn't go out to anybody.
Yeah, it's added watches to it though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's deleted now already.
Oh, okay.
I only kept it up for about a week, but I have read about people doing that, and then getting banned for life on all of their channels for spamming or something. It's in the terms and conditions about spamming, uploading the same video twice. So I'm a bit worried about that. It probably won't happen, but I'm a little bit paranoid about
not if you've deleted the video.
Happening.
They're talking about if you're uploading multiple videos of the same thing, but on two different channels that are linked in some way. Nah, that's fine.
Yeah, should be fine.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Well, like on Patreon, right? All my stuff goes to my Patreons first. It's all unlisted from YouTube. So everything comes out on Patreon before it comes out on my YouTube. So it's there and then it goes live on Thingy. So even though it's the same video, technically it's in two places at once before it's come out. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about that, dude. I wouldn't worry about that at all. Okay.
All right, I'll try not to.
Yeah. Never heard of anyone having too many problems with that before.
Yeah, it's probably just me Googling it and finding all the worst case scenarios.
Yeah, probably.
The bad stories, you always find that. Okay, cool. Was there anything else you wanted to chat about before going into talking?
Nah, man. Let's go back to the past, bud.
Okay, so Simon has an intro. I'm going to do an intro before that. Maybe remember. Soren doesn't, when we have burgers, he doesn't want cheese on them anymore. He wants ham.
Okay.
Cooked ham. So tonight I said, "Here's your hamburger." Another dad joke. Two in one episode. Let's see how many I can get in this episode. Anyway, so yeah, I have a little. 2009 was a big year. It's a lot of people's favorite year. Are you ready? You ready to go? Are you looking forward to this one?
Am I ready? I'm ready. I'm ready. But we've been, we've done these episodes quite slowly, and I feel like this is one we've been building up to for quite a while, because everyone that went to the older downloads, and there's not many of us around anymore. This always is like, especially from the original run of download. Technically this is new download, isn't it? Not old download, but from the sort of original, into the original sort of 2000s, this is the one most people talk about. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. And, I've been trying to do some research. Nobody has done anything like this as far as I can find in the last 16 years. Are we going to do it justice? I highly doubt it, just because of how epic and big 2009 was, and we're only two people with fading memories, let's say. But, I mean, there's one thing I've wanted, or one thing we have wanted for a long, long time, and there's one person who can do this and there's one person who can do it justice, and that's Andy Copping. And we have tried to reach out to him. We've asked the PR team to have an interview with him. I've messaged him. I've commented on his stuff before. Nothing, not a single word from him. But these episodes should be done by somebody.
Yes.
And we would love to have Andy Copping on, once a month, talking about every year in succession. Because he would know so much. It'd be amazing. We need to get the message across. We want Andy Copping. He might not want us, but he might want to do it with somebody else. And that would be great because the content will be there for people to listen to.
Yeah.
We'd love to have him. So now Simon will take us back in a time machine to 2009 and tell us just what was going on.
I will. I'll take you back on my pop culture rewind, and then I have a specific question for Adam involving 2009. NDR. Oh, that's right. I'm old school. So pop culture rewind. So what the hell was going on in 2009? As Adam just pointed out, it was, 16, 17 years ago? So basically
years ago now, yeah.
A hell of a long time ago, unfortunately. And it's a year, not even just download, just the whole year that I hold so many fond memories of personally. But what the hell was happening in the world at the time to bring you guys back to it? So in 2009, the UK was facing its deepest recession since the 1930s due to the global crash in 2008. I remember in ends, like buildings were going up in end of 2007, and then they just stayed derelict till like 2015 because the companies that obviously were building all of these huge buildings in London just went bankrupt. And then no one bought these buildings. There's a very specific one in Harrow, if everyone's familiar with Harrow, on the corner across the road from St George's Centre. And that stayed derelict till about, 2013, I think, till people actually started working on it. And it was supposed to be these big luxury flats. And I just remember at the time seeing all these places just closing down. And like, it was a huge deal. Like the world went... Have you seen the film The Big Short before?
No, I haven't.
That's a really awesome film about how and why the crash happened, but it's not boring in any way whatsoever, even though it's based on true events. It's literally like one of the most tense, insane things you've watched, and you're like, oh my god, this is some serious shit that's going to happen right now. And there was only like a handful of people that kind of knew it was going to happen, and they were telling everyone, and everyone was like, this is fine, don't worry about it. And then boom, everything went to shit. So the film's all about that. It's really good. So if you like the sound of that, it's awesome. What else happened in 2000?
I do like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. It's got what's his face?
George Clooney.
No, sorry. Oh, skip all this. It's got Steve Carell and a couple of other people in it as well. It's really great, honestly. Anyway, what else was happening?
This might
go on.
This might answer your question in a minute, but I had no idea that the recession was happening. I started uni in 2008 and finished in 2009. I failed, didn't go back. So I was in a world of my own. In fact, I was in Azeroth for pretty much that whole time. So I had no idea what was going on in the world. Or
too busy scrimping money out of me working. Yeah.
No.
Fucking students.
From the university. I borrowed it from all of them, actually. Yeah, so no, you're probably right.
Yeah. I was working and you were reaping the benefits, getting pissed and playing fucking World of Warcraft. Yeah. Bastard.
It was good stuff. It was, Wrath of the Lich King era, so probably a lot of people actually. Probably a lot of people in the same boat as me, because that was such an epic expansion. Sorry, carry on.
Anyway, nerd. Anyway, what else happened in 2009? Big things. Obama was sworn in as the 44th president of America. That was a pretty big deal at the time. Obviously, being the first black president and all that, it was crazy. I really liked him, but the Americans overall didn't really like him that much, even though he was kind of a cool guy. Michael Jackson died, and I remember exactly where I was. I just finished band practice with a couple of friends of mine, and we were sitting in my friend's house watching Alan Partridge, I think. And yeah, someone told us, or we texted or something, and then we put the TV on, and it was like
Partridge.
Yeah, that's classic. And we were like, wow, Michael Jackson's died. That's insane. So I remember watching that at the time. Did that affect you in any way? Did you remember that happening? Or it was a big deal?
I do remember that happening.
Yeah.
I think I remember being sat in my who did I message? I messaged someone who was away. They weren't in the country and they didn't have much internet, and said about it, and they didn't believe me, but I don't remember who it was now.
Oh, so you were literally informing people even in other parts of the world.
But yeah. I was like, oh, he died, and they couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone could really. Well, yeah, he was looking a bit weird before, but I don't think anyone thought he was going to die. But obviously, we didn't know he was on all kinds of stuff. Anyway, enough Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Another famous thing that happened: Kanye West interrupted Taylor Swift's VMA acceptance speech. If anyone remembers that, it's quite a big pop culture moment where she was doing the speech, and then he pops up and he's like, "Oh, why did you win, Beyonce?" Blah 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 blah. It's quite a big thing. Obviously, Adam was just too busy and with some banging some orcs or whatever the hell there was lot do. In sport, Man United win the Premier League for probably one of the last times, thank God. Pittsburgh Steelers, my team, the last time they won the Super Bowl, which was great. And for all you F1 fans, Jenson Button won the F1 Championship in 2009. Movies. What were the top 10 highest grossing movies of 2009? Can you take a guess at any of those, Ad?
No,
not even just going to fathom a one guess. Things that would have been around at the end of the 2000s. I mean, they're pretty big. I'll use a term that I hate. Really big IPs.
Yeah, probably Star Wars. Then I probably haven't seen it if it was Star Wars.
No, there was no Star Wars during this time. Think other big things.
Star Trek, big things. I don't know.
I'll forget it.
Funny that's big.
Don't worry.
I'll
go. So I'll go 10 to 1.
Okay.
So at 10 was The Hangover, which is actually crazy for a comedy film to be in the top 10 highest grossing movies. Like that film really done well, insanely well. I can't remember what it was, but it made a shitload of money for what it was made for. It was made for basically nothing. 9, Angels and Demons. 8, Sherlock Holmes. 7, Twilight New Moon. 6 was Up. 5, 2012. A fucking terrible movie. I don't know why that's in there. 4, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. The lackluster sequel. Not that great. 3, Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs. I know that Ice Age was huge with everyone. And the top 2, what you would have thought, Harry Potter, Half-Blood Prince was number 2. And number 1 was Avatar, which at the time was the highest grossing movie of all time.
I was thinking about saying Avatar.
Yeah, so that was 2009.
Yeah, okay.
We spoke briefly about Avatar before, haven't we? So, yeah.
Yeah. You said the first one you said, the Hangover.
Yeah.
I didn't see that at the cinema. I saw Avatar.
No, I didn't either. I saw it when it came out on DVD.
After. Yeah, wasn't long after that I saw it.
Yeah, it was it was definitely in 2010 at some point, but I can't remember. It must have been when it came on DVD and someone said, "Watch this film, it's great." But yeah, I never got to see it in the cinema either. But yeah, so a lot of big films, and the highest grossing movie of all time up to that point came out in 2009, which is a big deal. In rock and metal, only 3. So obviously this is like 4 or 5 years now after sort of new metal had died out. So pop and R&B really took over. There wasn't really that much rock in the charts. The indie thing had started to sort of die down by this point, but there was still 3 bands that made it into the 50 biggest selling albums that year, which was Skillet with Awake, 3 Days Grace with Life Starts Now, and 30 Seconds to Mars with This Is War. So they still made it into the top 50 biggest selling albums of that year, which is pretty impressive, to be fair. There was some really big stuff in there. But yeah, there was a little bit of a downturn at this point for the sort of the commercial success of rock and metal, not necessarily the popularity within us. But yeah, it wasn't quite reaching the levels that it had done 4 or 5 years before. Also, not the most memorable year for album releases, but there was still quite a few good albums that came out. Architects, Hollow Crown, A Day to Remember, Homesick, Alice in Chains, Black Gives Way to Blue, which I think might be their second best album. Biffy Clyro, Only Revolutions, sick album. Green Day, 21st Century Breakdown, that's a good one as well. Lamb of God, Wrath, sick album. Paradise Lost, Faith Divides Us, which is probably top 5 for me. Prodigy, Invaders Must Die, so good. And the Used Artwork, which might be my favourite Used album as well. So
they've got Artwork and Heartwork, haven't they?
Yes, Heartwork was like 2021. Artwork was 2009, before.
Okay.
It was a little
Which
nod.
is Kelly's favourite.
Yeah, it was a little nod to that one. I love both of them. They're awesome. But yeah, so you've probably been, because I was going to ask you, what were you doing in 2009? But you've already answered my question, which was you were at uni.
Yeah.
You know, in a heady days of university.
Yeah. I mean, well, that was up until probably like April, May kind of time when it finished. Like I said, I didn't pass. I don't know. I don't know how I got even such a high score. I got like 44%, and you needed 60 to go through to the next year, and I didn't go to any lessons after Christmas, so I don't know how. Not a single lesson after Christmas. So yeah, actually, yeah, I didn't do. I was in High Wycombe, but I wasn't in university really in 2009 because I didn't go to a single lesson.
Oh my god.
I wasted my time there. I've said a few times before that there were a few different reasons for that. I think I was not very happy there.
You're not the only person I know that didn't really get out of it what they wanted, or didn't really enjoy it as much as they could have. So I'm sure a lot of people feel probably the same.
Yeah. But after I came out, I can talk about that a little bit, actually. That's when I came back from uni, and within a couple of months, I was asked to be the sound guy of a cover band. And so I did that for a couple of years actually after that. So that was good.
Nice.
Probably did like a gig every 2 to 3 weeks most of the summer.
Nice.
Sometimes a bit more frequently. But yeah, I said it was. I've been saying recently, well, in the last few years, it was funny that I went to at uni. I was doing music production, which was live sound, and also on the computer doing digital sound for cartoons and stuff like that. And I didn't want to do either of them. And I came back and I was a sound guy for a band, and I'm also doing this as a hobby. So I've done both of the things I could have learned at university now.
Well, I'm sure
since leaving,
this life experience of doing them has got you more than you could ever have got out of uni. Let's be honest.
Oh, absolutely. Well, yeah, I think I agree with that. Yeah. You just don't get the connections and the networking and everything. Yeah. But I wouldn't have got that anyway. I was shy. I was not interested in going and talking to random people to try and get my foot in the door in places.
Yeah. Now, bloody hell, you should see him badgering people on email. Christ, he's like he's like a rash. He's just over everyone all the time. It's great. So he's changed people. He knows when he wants something now, he goes and gets it. Good lad. You've grown.
See our latest Instagram reel for that.
Yeah,
spent 4.5 years trying to get Andy Copping. We're getting him, no matter
trying
what.
To grab the creator of a major festival. What was I doing in 2009? It was a sad year for one reason, which was I moved out of my childhood home in 2009, which was really sad, really, really sad. I still have dreams about it. I still remember that house. That house sort of has my heart. It's it was a really sad day that is, that I still think about now. It kind of gets to me every time I talk about it, so I try not to talk about it too much. I was labouring on a building site. So while you were at uni living it up, I was working my arse off for minimum wage on a building site, which is two
nice
opposite ends of the penny. But like 2009 in general, like really liked my girlfriend that I had at the time. We had a great time. It was probably the pinnacle of my friendship group, which started to fall apart a little bit in the years afterwards. Especially one friendship who would been my best friend for quite a while. This was sort of the pinnacle of everyone together, having fun. Sort of one of the last years when no one really had any real responsibilities. Everyone had just started to move out by themselves, so everyone had a little bit more freedom and all that. And this is kind of just before the first baby popped out, or the first person got married, or all those sort of responsibilities started to pile on everyone. So this in 2010 and 2011 maybe are very, very fond years of mine. So yeah, and Download was like the cherry on top of this incredible year that I'd had before and after. Like, yeah, just amazing. But yeah, anyway, shall we actually talk about Download Festival now?
Yeah. So before we go into it fully, I do want to say I've sort of nodded to it. Well, not pretty straight. I said it a few times. Our memories are fading a little bit. I was thinking that I don't have much memory from this year, but I just don't think I went to see many bands to have those memories. we actually pushed this back because I said to Simon, I don't remember much. But I don't think I had those memories in the first place to remember. That's the problem. So because I was, like I said, I was at uni for a year. I was away from all of my friends for most of that year, and download happened, not long after I finished. So I was happy to be back with my friends, back seeing them all again. I was living at home again. So I honestly think, and I know most people say this is like an incredible lineup and an incredible year, and if they could go back, they'd do it. If they missed it, and I think I missed most of the bands because if there was anybody in the campsite, I was there with them.
So you just heard that, people. If you would use your time machine to go back in time and watch all these bands, Adam was actually there, and he hardly saw any of them anyway. So don't worry about it. Don't bother going back to this one.
Yeah,
but we're going to try. We're going to try and jog Adam's memory. We're going to go through the lineup in a bit, talk about other bands. I'm sure loads of stuff will come crawling back into that chasm that is his brain.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I would have seen some bands, but I just think I was at the campsite probably 90% of the time or more. It was terrible. It was terrible. So I mean, the walk as well. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. So in a minute.
To start off, I very nearly didn't get to this festival for a reason. Really? And this is there's a story. There's a story about how I never got there, and there's a story about someone losing their ticket as soon as we got there. So I'll whiz through these quickly, but they are very relevant to 2009. I remembered. So 2009, I was making minimum wage. My brother wasn't really earning that money. He'd just lost his job. He broke his leg on his motorbike, so he couldn't work. So, and mum was moving out, and she didn't have any money, and all sorts of stuff. So we were literally like, right, we'll get all of our money and we'll put it into download tickets. Downloads actually sold out to begin with. They put more tickets on at the end, but they said no more tickets. So when you went on the website, there was no more tickets, and this was probably, we were late. This was probably April or May, and obviously thinking about the lineup, everyone else had a ticket but us. So we went on to a dodgy website and bought a ticket that wasn't tickets. It was replica tickets. So me and my brother had already spent, at this point, which was what, about 200 quid? It's about £200 at this point, I think.
Remember. Do you want me to find out?
No, don't worry. We don't have to be specific. But I remember it's being around £200 with booking fees and everything. Yes, Download used to do those prices, which is pretty good. But so we'd wasted all of our money. It was all gone. All our money was gone. We had no tickets. So we literally said, we put out on Facebook saying, hello, we really want to go to Download. Can you please help us? All of our friends, including my girlfriend at the time, chipped in and bought Download tickets for us.
Fucking hell. Oh, that's nice, man.
So literally, we got scammed out of them, and our friends, girlfriends, parents gave money wherever they could, and we managed to get tickets for this. That was like one of the that made this year even better than we already knew it was going to be, because we were like, wow, all of our friends chipped in for us to go. So I actually got tickets because all my buddies wanted me to go and didn't want us to miss a Download. So anyway, so that's mind-boggling. The other story is...
that is amazing, man. I love that.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's a great one. I can't believe I never really shared that on the podcast. I was waiting for this. This is the other one, right? So we get there, which is in the South car park, which is still a car park now, I think, and you have to walk over the bridge to get to what used to be the sort of main entrance of Download, right? Because we're driving from London. So we get into South car park, we get out. We're in two different cars. I was in my girlfriend's car at the time, and my sister was in her boyfriend's car. We get out of the cars quite opposite each other. And I go, yeah, she goes, yeah. And I run over to her and we start jumping up and down and saying, Download, yeah. We all get together, walk to the entrance. Amanda hasn't got her ticket. We can't find it anywhere. We don't know where it is. So we're all freaking out. She's on the phone to her boyfriend's mum saying, oh God, we need some money. I need to get in. Like, how am I going to get a ticket? It's sold out. I might have to buy a VIP ticket. We don't know. We were outside for an hour plus and we're all sitting there like, this is the worst beginning to a Download. Like, we struggled to get here. We had to get everyone to pay for our tickets, and now our sister has lost her ticket. And this isn't like having it on your phone back in the day where they could scan
Cursed family.
We were cursed for this one. Literally, back in the day, if you didn't have your ticket, you weren't getting in. Emails weren't going to cut it. All that. You had to have the ticket. So if you lost it, you were shit out of luck. So we were like, damn. We were walking around. We were like, oh my God. And then we were like, oh my God. we were jumping up and down together while we were by the cars. So let's go. So we walked around. We were sort of around where we were. We were looking. We were like, I can't see it anywhere. All of a sudden, someone's head goes down. Found it. Someone had driven over the ticket.
Huh.
So the next car that was parking had obviously pulled over, not seeing the ticket, because then they might have taken it or resold it or whatever, but just parked over it. And it was just next to the wheel. So if they would have gone over it on the wheel, we never, ever would have found it until that person pulled away.
Hell.
So we grabbed it. The biggest wall of relief you've ever seen on my face, my sister's face, her boyfriend's, my brother's. Everyone was just like, the beginning to this festival can possibly not get any more stressful. Like when it comes to tickets, all three of the Bond family have nearly not managed to get to this festival. But our theory is that sort of instant dopamine rush of finding it and us going made it the best, but the worst, but best beginning to a festival we've ever been in.
Yeah.
And then when we got in, we were even more like, oh, we're fucking in. Yes.
Yeah. Because and that's something you'll never forget. Something I heard a while back is if everything goes well today or goes pretty well today, you won't remember it. And that just blew my mind. And I was like, yeah, if this is a good average day, I will never remember this day in like a few years' time.
Yeah, that's true. I never thought of that. That's great.
Yeah.
So who said that?
I don't remember where I saw it. It might have been on like social media or something.
That's cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like that.
If anybody knows where that originated from, just pop it in Discord or something or email it and we'll
credit. We'll give credit where credit is due. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so
something very similar.
Really?
Sorry, carry on.
Sorry, no, you continue, please.
I don't know if it was this year or not. I know I've said this story on the podcast maybe once or twice before, but yeah, something very similar happened to one of my friends at the time, and it was around about this time. But yeah, we were driving up. No sat-nav didn't exist, or was it was very expensive at the time. But they had the directions to which car park on the tickets. So one of my friends at the time, Jesus, I'm sure there are many Jesuses at Download. He was using his ticket to guide the driver, the back of his ticket. And then when we got out of the car, no ticket. No idea where it went. And we didn't find it.
What?
We never found it. He doesn't know what happened to it from using it to get to the car park and getting out of the car. Maybe it fell out of the car and he drove over it.
Or maybe we found his ticket and Amanda's
that
ticket
did cross my
wasn't
mind.
the one. Oh my God, could you imagine if that was
That would
our
be weird. If you parked right next to us. No, we parked right next to you.
That was our 6 points of separation even back then.
Yeah.
We had the ticket that your friend lost. Oh my God. But yeah, so
that's crazy.
It just proves though that that's two people out of how many other people, like 90,000 people that went or whatever. How many other people had those experiences with almost losing tickets or losing tickets back in the day? Like it must have been a common thing if two people, across a number of years, but we still had those experiences. So that's an interesting kind of thing as well. How many other people did?
That is a good point.
Yeah, tell us if you guys have ever lost a ticket for anything. A gig, a show, a cinema, whatever. That would be quite interesting to see what other people have lost, which is great. So, down in 2009, this was a really different year. 2008, that we've previously spoken about, was what we called the transition year of Download. Download had changed from the infield, which if you don't know what that is, the festival used to take place inside of the racetrack at Donington Racetrack. And in 2008, because there was building work going on there, they decided to move the festival to a temporary location. And 2009 was the first year of where the arena still sits today. So entering the arena at this year, we had absolutely no idea what to expect and how much more epic, and I don't want to say better than the old layout, but the instant walk-in was more epic. But I'm not sure which one I prefer for the main stage, the old one or the new one. But it does look epic when you walk into Download now, and that really sort of took everyone as if to say, "Wow, this is very different." But yeah, so big change for the festival. It had a new feeling, it had a new vibe. This was the the sort of first new era download where they were stepping away from the old and going into a whole new world. Although there were still complaints, obviously, compared to the original setup in the arena. And obviously, it was a lot. It wasn't as far as 2008, but it was still a lot further than the original setup was from the campsites. So people were still complaining about the walks, even though it was nothing compared to the year previously. Weather-wise, go on. Sorry, we're going to say something.
I think it depends where you were camped. Because if you were in blue, you were probably quite close to the village-ish.
Yeah, it was still a bit of a walk. It's still a bit of a walk, though.
Yeah. If you were, at the far end, at the back of the campsite, you had to walk all the way out to the front of the village, where the castle is. Is a castle? Yeah, like you walk past that.
Yeah, you got to go round. Yeah,
walk in. Yeah.
If you were in like
round and down the road there.
All the ones down the back, brown, orange, green, the ones that were like right down that end. If you were in any of them, you were fucked.
Yeah. They have over the years made sort of other ways to get there from the previous. It's weird talking about it because it's a little bit different now. The arena's still the same, but the village and
is all different.
Layout is different.
Yeah.
But over the years they did open up other ways. You could walk across the racetrack racetrack to cut a bit of that out if you were at the back end. But yeah, the first year you had to walk all the way up and then all the way back down again. That was the long walk.
Yeah, I do remember actually. In the next year in 2010, there was sort of more ways to get there. But I think in 2009, just everyone had to go round that one sort of long arse way, which where the campsites, the campsites are sort of in a different bit now. So it's still as far a walk, but it's just walking from another side, which is weird.
Yeah.
So
more going on now.
So in typical download fashion, everything's changed and nothing has changed at the same time in 16 years. So, weather-wise, very hot with cloud cover. It rained once the whole weekend, but it was kind of like a blizzard of rain that kind of came and then went. But I have loads of pictures from this year. I'll put them all in the Discord. I have tons of pictures of me, my friends, everyone from 2009. It's quite well documented within my friend group. And we were all sunburnt to hell, and all the pictures are quite sunny. Do you remember it being nice? I remember it raining for a little bit on like the Friday or the Thursday, one of those days, but it wasn't raining on any of the arena days. In fact, our friend Henry, who's a proper ginger, was under an umbrella the whole time. He left his feet out and his ankles were like completely destroyed, burnt. Like that's how hot it was at some point. So it was definitely one of the better download weather years. Where 2008 had been really overcast, 2009 was quite sunny. So I think it was it probably gives people more reason why they like it because it was quite nice weather. Yeah. Another big thing that I remember obviously was Tuborg, which was still the sponsor at this point, which is really great. Way better than what we got in years afterwards. I had Carling for like 15 years or whatever. No, wait. I had Carling at one point, which is the worst. Then we had Carlsberg, which is passable, but still piss, but not quite as bad as Carling. But they're both as bad as each other.
I disagree. I could drink Carling for a long time. I used to drink Carling a lot. Carlsberg was just weak as hell, but Tuborg, I always thought there was not much taste to Tuborg at all.
Really? I love the Tuborg, man. Even outside of download, we drank Tuborg. We
I
were
never saw it anywhere. We were very
download. Well, you were in the sticks, we were in London, so we were getting it, weren't we?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But we were a very Tuborg heavy group. And then another really big change for this year, which was a huge deal, really, because the second stage was outside. And it wasn't on concrete; it was on grass, which was a whole new world. 2008 did have the sort of open air second stage, but it was really awkward in a weird place. Yeah, just didn't quite work as well. But yeah, our first big giant second stage, and we were kind of like, wow, that's a hell of a big stage for a second stage. And obviously, it's remained in the same location since. But that was a shock at the time. I remember thinking, wow. That's huge.
Yeah. It is like, I think, I mean, I could be wrong with this, I could have researched it, I guess. But I think they used the main stage for the second stage and upgraded the main stage. The main stage looks way bigger than it used to be.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But the second stage is different now. It's like sort of but dome kind of thing over the top of it, isn't it?
Yeah, they've definitely changed
But
it.
to start with, it was
Yeah,
the old main stage. So basically, they just completely upgraded.
yeah. They probably built a whole new rig, whole new front. I mean, it was impressive when you got there. It was literally like, wow, this is. I'm going to look forward to watching bands on this huge giant thing because it was pretty epic.
Yeah, and it made you feel. It made you feel like there's two main stages, not
Yes.
a main stage and a second stage.
Yeah,
There's two main stages now because they're both massive and outdoors.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
fun to sort of just go and see and be like, wow, this is huge. That's huge. Oh, this has changed so much. So, you know, it would be like the equivalent now if we were all to go to download and the light that where they had it just completely changed. It's everything was brand new. Everything was like, wow, what's this? What's that? Oh my God, what's that stage? What does this one sound like? It was like, if we were doing a podcast at the time, we probably would have had to do 5 or 6 episodes just to cover how much change there would have been at download because it was a completely, apart from the camping, which had changed slightly as well, it was a completely different festival, like completely different vibe, different location, everything had changed. So it's quite a pinnacle year, I guess, as well. But yeah, shall we take a look at the lineup?
Yeah, well, before that, I just want to talk about the map as well really quickly.
Okay, we can talk about the map.
Because the map, it was drawn. It looked like it had been drawn by hand, and they had just sort of very lazily shaded in certain bits. Deliberately looking lazily, but it just reminded me of like the Silent Hill map.
Yeah.
Where like as you're going around and it colours things in as you're going. It's like, oh yeah, there's a building here.
Nice.
We do we have it? Do we have it in the Discord? I think we have it in the Discord. But I will post it in the main chat as well, so people don't have to go looking for it. But yeah, it was weird. 2009 and 2010 were the same. They did it the same sort of design.
Have a look. Oh, I can't see it in there.
Well, I will find it and put it in there then.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some of the others, but not that one, it looks like. That's right, we'll get it.
Yeah, cool. But yeah, it like I said, it just obviously they're changing everything else. They decided, change the style of the map, and I think it worked. I don't know if there were any games out around that time or in 2008 that was sort of the designers was influenced by, but it does look like a video game map.
I'll have to have another look at it and see if it's like ringing any bells.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I looked at it much at the time. I never bought lanyards or anything, and the internet wasn't very good back then.
No.
But from seeing it recently. But was there anything else I was going to point out? No, I think I'm ready to talk about the lineup.
Okay, so listening to this, people at home, if you'd like to get up the Download 2009, I was going to say playlist, that's not right. Get up the Download 2009 lineup and have a look. If you join our Discord and go to Download History, you will see it in that section of our Discord. So you can also grab the lineup from there. Another reason to join our wonderful Discord and peeps. If not, just get it up on your phone and we shall have a look at it together.
Yeah, good idea. I will do that too. History is the first thing there because that's what I do all the time.
Lovely. I mean, first thing when looking at it, it's a bloody beautiful poster.
Yeah, it is nice.
Probably one of Download's best posters. Artwork's really cool. Bands really stand out. Little bit of colour, little bit of theme going on. Just a beautiful, original style Download. And if you look in the sort of top right-hand corner, with a sort of green coloured in blue version of the Download dog, which is pretty cool actually, because before this, he'd been a couple of colours, but he was mainly pink and purple. And at this point, he'd obviously gone a little bit green and blue, which is pretty cool. So I didn't see what the suit was. It probably would have just been the red one or pink one at this time anyway.
Yeah, I have never properly looked at this poster. Not the outlines of it, or the design and pictures around it. There's just loads to it. There's so much, just so much random crap, but it's not crap, and it looks really good.
Yeah, it's cool.
Kind of reminds me of just like a tattooist's what's it called? Something sheet. Spreadsheet. Not a spreadsheet. God damn.
What are they called? I know exactly what you're talking about because I've got loads of tattoos from them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, you're right. It looks like a tattoo artist's work just displayed all over the place.
Yeah.
Very 2000s, as you'll see by the stars that are everywhere, because that is a very 2000s thing.
But I remember tattoos on people. Yeah.
Yeah, I got everyone I know who's got a star. If you were around in the 2000s and you didn't get a star tattoo, who are you? But yeah, looks awesome. Really cool design. I said this on the Discord, but after 2010, the posters got really boring for like 10 years. Like really dull and just black and with names on. So this is kind of the last era of the nice looking posters until we got to the kind of late 2010s when they started to make them look a little bit better. But yeah, last of the good looking posters from the original sort of run.
Cool. Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to zoom in more on the bottom of it. And so some of the sponsors were EA, Guitar Hero, Last FM, Subject to License.
No, don't forget that
was. Obviously, Live Nation in the middle. HLL, Subject to Change. Do you know what that is? HMV and Domino's were a
That's
sponsor.
right. Yeah, one of the years where we had Domino's at download.
Yeah. I thought it was only the 1 year, but it was more than one, wasn't it?
It was two. It was 2009 and 2010.
Okay.
And then we lost Domino's, unfortunately. But yeah, I'd done it in my download iceberg video where I went on and about one of the things that a lot of people don't know is there was a Domino's van and the queue was like constantly filled with people. Like they must have made so much money. And it was $15.99 for a pizza in 2009, which was super expensive, really expensive at the time. So
I worked at Domino's for the time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I was drunk and trying to get them to let me make my own pizza. They wouldn't allow it.
Well, no doy, yeah.
But I think after the third night of hassling them, they gave me half price pizza.
Oh, okay.
Give me staff discount.
Good. They should have. You worked there.
There was 1 year where I think it might have been Jesus Again took another friend of ours took their uniform with him. They just because we stayed in this guy's basement the night before download. He just grabbed a uniform and took it with him to download. I'm sure that happened.
That's good.
But one of us would have wore it up to the Domino's things trying to get in, I'm sure. So maybe not that year. Anyway, sorry.
That's all right. But yeah, I mean, I think the first thing to point out about this is what me and Adam talked about briefly when we just had a quick look. This was the first time Download had a proper fourth stage. There had been offshoot stages like the Jägermeister stage and acoustic stages and little bits like that. But this was the proper first time of having a fourth stage, which is crazy to think about now, considering how big the festival is. But that was a huge leap forward at the time. It was the Red Bull Bedroom Jam.com stage. Jesus Christ, could that sound any more 2000s? That's so good. That's so good. And it's filled. We'll go through the days anyway, like we normally do. But in the bottom stage of this download, this was 16, 17 years ago. The lower bands on here, a lot of them probably don't exist anymore. And if they have, they've gone into other bands and formed other stuff and blah, 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 blah. But there are a few names that are quite big bands sort of now. Going on the Friday, one of the ones that sticks out to me is Young Guns, which ended up to be quite a big band and do quite well for themselves. The other one is Don Broco, which headline Trees, played quite hard at Download. A huge band now that people absolutely love, and they're probably sixth from the bottom on the smallest stage in 2009. So just to show you how far they've come, and proof again that bands do work their way up Download lineups. Which is just a thing that we talk about again.
Yeah, we have. Like you said, there are probably a lot of these bands don't exist anymore. I would still I know I've said this a few times again. I would still love to do like a live stream of me, you, maybe a couple other people, just chatting, going through some of these and just looking at every single band on these smaller stages and going, right, what do they do? What were they like?
Yeah.
And where are they now?
That would be cool. Yeah,
I would
a Dear
love that.
Download, Where Are They Now? Yeah, and then go through them,
Yes.
listen to them on Spotify, see what they sound like if they're on there, or even on YouTube. If there's clips on YouTube, that would be really cool. We might get around to that at some point. That would be a cool idea.
We might have to try and find them on MySpace.
There's no I've been on MySpace. You can't play music on MySpace anymore. That's old. It doesn't work.
Can you still change your profile page?
No, all the pictures have gone as well. All the old pictures have gone. They did make a statement in 2013 to say we're deleting all of our
2013.
In 2013 or 14, they put up a statement to say save all your old MySpace pictures because they will be gone forever, and that's what they did.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. But yeah,
I lost so many. I lost so many good photos through MySpace. So let's not talk about it because that kind of hurts a little bit. That one. That's a tough pill to swallow. And then the third stage was the Tuborg stage, which we might get again at Download one day. You never know if they come back and do something. Notable people on this one: Bleed From Within are quite low down. Backyard Babies, another band that ended up being quite big. Duff's Loaded, they would have been quite big at the time as well. And Meshuggah headlining what would have been the third stage, the Tuborg stage. Is there anyone on that on the Friday that you want to talk about?
Lauren Harris, as we probably most of us will know, that is Steve Harris's daughter. Mm-hmm. So I was reading the book that I always read, although 2009 was the last year in that book, so I had to buy a new book. But it sounds like she was there in 2006, 2007, and 2009.
Whoa!
So that's 3 years out of 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I don't remember any of it. Nope, no idea. Oh, I missed actually. Yeah. I just seen Silosis on there as well. So Silosis, Bleed From Within.
Oh yeah.
And Meshuggah all on the third stage, which would have been probably would have been awesome to see Bleed From Within and Silosis at this point, proper early.
Yeah.
That would have been...
While we're doing this as well, actually, if you're going through this with us, if there's any bands you remember from the time, and you absolutely love, maybe you still listen to them. Again, come and join the Discord if you're not in it. But yeah, stick them in the Discord. Tell us a little bit about them.
Yeah,
might go and check them out.
I mean, there's one here with an awesome name that I never heard of. Hunting the Minotaur. Now that is a cool band name. For some reason, in my head, I've got that they sound like Job for a Cowboy. I bet there's some disgusting early deathcore band, I reckon.
Yeah, maybe.
But you never know. You never know. Right, now moving up to the second stage on the Friday. Now, this is where we start to see bands that we recognise, bands that we know quite well on this day. So on this stage on the Friday was In This Moment, A Day to Remember, Parkway Drive, Daring Grey, Bring Me the Horizon, Lacuna Coil, Opeth, and Motley Crue headlining the second stage. What do you think of that? And did you see any of those bands?
That is pretty massive, actually.
Yeah.
But I don't think I saw any of them. And looking back through it, I mean, like we said earlier, a lot of people will say, "Oh, I wish I could go back to this." I mean, it would be cool. Some of these bands, though, I mean, obviously, Bring Me the Horizon, they've headlined now. Parkway Drive are probably going to headline fairly soon. So yeah, that was an amazing stage, amazing too. I can't think of the right words.
Okay,
very good.
I mean, Opeth have headlined that stage now as well, so it looks like they were sort of sub-headlining at this point.
Yeah,
I knew friends that were majorly into Bring Me at this time. There was a couple of tracks that I liked, and I'd seen them a year or two before when they were on the third stage. But this year I did not go and see Bring Me. But I can tell you right now, a few of my friends were definitely at that show here. And I was definitely at the Lacuna Coil bit. But everything else on that stage I did not see. Although I really liked Daring Grey at the time. They were sick. I kind of liked Opeth a little bit. And I really didn't like Motley Crue. But my friend Luke probably would have been at Motley Crue, but I can't remember. I think actually, he was at Motley Crue when we were at Faith No More, so that would have made sense.
Okay, yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, now you say it, they're on great. I'm sure I heard a couple of their songs, and I didn't hate it. I thought it was okay at the time. I probably should refresh my memory on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really remember.
Oh, cool. Well, that was the second stage. Now moving to the main stage. This is probably would be considered today, for many reasons, to be a fantastic run of bands on a main stage. If you book this today, this would be huge. So on the Friday, 2009, started off with Hollywood Undead. Then we had The Blackout, Stained, Billy Talent, Killswitch Engage, Limp Bizkit, Korn, and Faith No More headlining the Friday. Holy S. I actually still can't believe I was here for most of that. That's pretty insane.
Yeah. From what I understand, I think Stained pulled out. I don't think Stained turned up.
I didn't see Stained, so I don't know what happened with that.
Yeah, I don't know why, or at what point.
I would have watched them. I definitely would have watched them. But yeah, I was definitely there for The Blackout because, like I've mentioned before, my girlfriend at the time was friends with Sean from The Blackout. And we spent quite a lot of time together at that point, backstage at various shows and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, we were definitely there to see them because she wanted to see her pals, basically. So I've got very vivid memories of being there for The Blackout, which was cool.
Cool. I think I might have been there for Billy Talent. I did have a friend at the time who I think Billy Talent was their favourite band. And I definitely saw Billy Talent with them 1 year. So I'm pretty sure I went to watch Billy Talent with them there. And it's honestly, I probably stayed there for the rest of the day. I don't think I moved away to watch any other stages at this point. If I was in the arena at all. I don't remember.
Well, yeah. I mean, Killswitch, I was definitely there for. Not one of the best Killswitch shows at Download. Still good. Still enjoyed the songs, but this was sort of this is when Howard was kind of winding down with the band. They just released their new album that completely flopped and wasn't very good, and it's by far the worst Killswitch Engage album.
Okay.
So it was kind of not they were on a downward trajectory, but they weren't quite hitting the highs that they had been from a couple of years before. Their performance at Download 2007 was stonking, incredible, and this wasn't quite to that level, although we still all really enjoyed it. You could kind of tell they weren't having that much fun anymore, and it was basically just Adam, the guitarist, just making jokes in between every single song, just to try and probably hide a bit of the awkwardness, I'm guessing. So it was good, but you could kind of feel there was a little bit of something in the air, a change that was maybe happening. And then like 2 years later, they get Jesse back. So yeah, it had all been sort of kicked off from there. Next up would have been Limp Bizkit. Now this was a very big deal. This was Limp Bizkit's first festival performance with Wes Borland since 2002. This was a huge deal at the time, and I still remember the crowd for this probably being as big as Faith No More's crowd was for the headline set, because people were so like, holy shit, Wes Borland's back, Limp Bizkit are back.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is... And the full gig is on YouTube, as well as the Korn gig and the Faith No More gig as well. So if you guys want to watch any of those shows, they're all on YouTube. I probably won't get the exact things, but if you go on and just search them on YouTube, they do come up. And it is a hell of a Bizkit show. One of the best I ever saw. And yeah, this is the sort of time when I would be at the front of the crowd rather than... back middle, which is kind of where I relegate myself to now, apart from if I'm on the side, if I really want to see someone. But at this point, I was very much in the pits, the mix, the front, getting it on, not getting out of breath because I was very young. So
yeah.
So I do remember hell of a lot of pushing around, hell of a lot of moshing, singing, jumping, Fred Durst in the crowd. So whenever I watch this on YouTube, it brings back tons of really great fucking raw memories.
When Wes Borland wasn't in the band after he'd been kicked out, no one expected him to come back.
No, I don't think so.
So, like you said, it was a big deal that he was back.
Yeah,
but
But yeah,
I
but
might
anyway,
have just been drunk by that point.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we were all steaming. We were probably
But-
steaming the whole day back then. But dehydrated,
Yeah.
not drinking any water, just drinking beer. Probably snuck some spirits in as well. Just being young and stupid, basically. But yeah, great biscuit set. Check it out on YouTube. It's awesome. It's a best of all the old school shit from like the first 3 albums, just in one set. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Now you said that. I did actually look up quite a lot of these bands to try and sort of maybe jog some memories to see if I thought I went to any of them and I'd just forgotten. And I think almost everybody that I looked up from the main stage was good footage. So I assume it was Download's own footage.
Yeah, someone, I don't know
Of
whether
them.
that was released or someone got hold of it or whatever, but it's all proper
Right.
download footage. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think who did I try and look at on the second stage? Let me see. Could have been Papa Roach. And it was awful. And it was like, oh, okay, yep. So they must have had proper footage on the main stage and not, it was just people's crap phone cameras.
Oh my
on the
God,
second
2009 phones, forget about it, don't even bother.
stage. Yeah, sounded awful. So yeah, I mean, yeah, try and look up any of these. I might look up some of the smaller ones actually and see if they're on there as well.
Yeah.
Dream Theater was on. I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself, but yeah, Dream Theater was on there.
Nice.
Yeah. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, I'll have a look, definitely. Yeah, and then Limp Bizkit into Korn, which is, that's 2 download headliners there, sub-headlining for
Yeah.
Faith No More. It was basically 2 sub-headliners. It wasn't one. It wasn't Bizkit above Korn or Korn above Bizkit. It was Korn and Bizkit supporting a band that probably made both of them. So it was kind of very, very fitting for those 2 bands to be to perch up the band that kind of first put nu metal on the map, and then the other guys kind of ran away with it and made it popular. So yeah, perfectly fitting. But anyway, Korn, again, a very good set. Not my favourite Korn set that they've done at Download, but the footage is very good. They're all great. I remember having a great time. Like any Korn set, they don't play a bad show, in my opinion. They never have done that I've seen. Fun, great hits, everyone going mental. What else do you want from a Korn show? That's what you want is what you get. But yeah, were you there for that, possibly?
Don't think so.
Fucking hell.
I must have been. Like, I can't imagine a world where I wasn't at these Limp Bizkit or Korn, but I've watched the YouTube footage and it's not jogged any memories.
Yeah.
So I don't
Maybe
know
you
what I
were,
was
maybe
doing.
you were just steaming, but
I probably was. Like I said, and I'd missed my friends. I was like, I was drinking, happy to see them. But also remember at this point, this was my 8th festival at Donington in a row, 8th year of going in a row. So I was already kind of like not a veteran, but I'd already gone
you
to a
were.
lot of them.
My
and they
God,
was
you were
all-
one of the original veterans of Download.
Yeah, and they're probably all already starting to blur into one at this point as well.
Yeah, getting Download fatigue because you've been going for so long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not here for the bands. I'm here for my friends. Here to see my friends.
The bands is just a backdrop.
Get drunk in a field with my friends.
I mean,
yeah.
it was the same for us at the time. We probably spent way more time at the tents then than we do now because, like we talked about before, the party was at the tents then. So if you weren't in the arena, you were at the tents with everyone getting mashed, and it was much more crazy and wild and all sorts of crazy stuff going on. So you didn't mind staying in the campsite because it wasn't like no noise, not much going on like it is now. It was party central in these times.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was. Yeah.
We weren't in any rush back in the day to get into the arena if there wasn't anyone that we didn't want to see. It's kind of still the same now for me, if I'm honest. If there's no one I want to see and I don't feel like going in, I don't feel bad about sitting around my friends until the afternoon and then going in to see bands that I want to see. I don't feel like I have to be in the arena every second of every day now, especially now that it's a complete mission. You can't get back. Once you're in, you're in.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So, and this is kind of when it started because going back was a huge mission and then getting back to the arena was another huge mission. So we hadn't kind of been used to that on the original years of Download where it was quite easy to get back and forth. So it was all brand new to us, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, and then the Friday headliner on the 12th of June 2009 was one of the anomaly bands of Download. Most headliners have played once, have played twice, or 3 times, or 4 times. This is one of the anomaly bands that has only headlined Download once, which is Faith No More, which blew my mind at the time because, you know, Mike Patton for me is God. Faith No More are, I think, one of the greatest, most influential bands of all time. I know everyone probably says yes to that, but having them, and this was their first festival show since 1997 in the UK.
Yeah. Yeah, they hadn't played a show in like 13 years.
Yes. So
they did one warm-up show at Brixton Academy, I believe.
Yeah.
Which was weird. And then on to headline Download.
They thought they'd just start and do it. I mean, I think they'd played a couple of bits in South America and a couple of other bits as well.
Okay.
But UK, this was the first festival they'd done since 1997. And for most of the world, they hadn't covered most places by this point. But yeah, so just like Limp Bizkit, huge deal. The guys back together again. Oh my God, what the hell is going to happen? And watching the footage of this gig, it is absolutely phenomenal. The sort of the buzz within the crowd when they're coming on and everyone's just like, oh my God, I'm seeing Faith No More. Like, I'm still getting goosebumps just thinking about it now. And I remember me and Leader always loved like good vocalists, and we always talked about how good Mike Patton was. And I remember me and Leader just standing there watching them just going, oh, this guy's vocals are just on another stratosphere compared to everyone. He can do everything, every type of vocal this guy can do. And I remember us just really nerding out, being singers and, you know, sort of trying to strive to those heights. Just thinking, wow, this guy we're watching a god in front of us right now. And of course, all the rest of the band are, you know, absolutely brilliant and fantastic as well. But yeah, this gig, still to this day, I watch it probably once a year, this entire show, because it's just so great. And like you said, it's all of the Download footage. It's all perfect. All the sound's great. It looks fantastic. It's just a really great one to revisit, and a band that I'm not surprised they haven't come back, because their coming back to Faith No More has been patchy. They played in 2015 as a main support. I think that was for Slipknot. But they haven't returned as a headliner since, because they haven't really been a band since 2015. So, you know, they would be a great name to sort of throw into the mix in the next couple of years if they were to come back and do anything, and everyone was to say, okay, let's get an old band, let's get fucking Faith No More to headline. I think that would go down quite well, considering those kind of type of music bands like your Biscuits, your Corns are sort of becoming the headliners now. Maybe the you know, Korn are the godfathers of nu metal. These guys are the grandfathers of nu metal. So, yeah,
cool. So I remember. I don't think I was at this one. I do remember seeing them though when they made the whole stage white.
Yeah, that was 2015.
Is that 2015?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't there in 2015, but that gig's on YouTube as well. I think I've watched that one. It's not as good. Still good, but not half as good as this. But yeah, that was 2015. So you saw, at least you got to see Faith No More, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, honestly, I've never been the biggest fan of them. I had no idea how big and influential they were until we were talking about them through this. So I will say I'll go and listen to it.
Well, I think you've listened to Faith No More and you've been umming and ahhing about some stuff. I think some stuff you've been like, yeah, it's pretty good, and other stuff you've been like, yeah, I'm not sure about that. But with the visuals as well, it's probably a bit more engaging to watch. So I mean, you'd probably be better off watching that gig than listening to one of their albums, because it's a best of and it's got visuals as well, and then you'll see old school Download as the setting, so it might make you like them a little bit more. I don't know. Yeah. So it might be.
I just haven't listened. It's. I think when I first discovered my first discovery of them was through Epic, which was a weird video on Kerrang and Scuzz all the time.
Yeah.
And I think to me at the time they were just a weird band. That I had no idea they were such a big band. I thought they were a weird band that did a weird one-hit wonder, a bit like similar to like Liam Lynch. I know I keep talking about him. OPM.
Never heard anyone talk about Liam Lynch in 25 years, and this guy is bringing him up every episode.
OPM did like one single. They had obviously they had the album, but yeah. That was the kind of band I related them to. Like I had no idea they were so big.
I think it's just
ridiculous.
because Kerrang had that and like one other video of theirs that they just play constantly, but they wouldn't play the other 50 songs that they had.
Yeah. Was it We Care a Lot? Is that the other one?
Yeah, there was that one. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. So I get that. And the weird thing is, as well, is they're old songs. In 2001, those songs were already 10 years old.
Oh, okay.
They'd already broken up by that point. They broke up in 1997. So by the time everyone had gone, oh, this Faith No More is cool, that song was already 10 years old.
Yeah.
So I just don't think Kerrang and everyone didn't do Faith No More service as well as they've done other bands, unfortunately, which is a bit disappointing. Especially
and some people might think, I am uneducated. I shouldn't be doing a podcast without knowing that, but I had no friends that were into them. None at all. My parents weren't into rock; they were into Motown. So I wasn't force fed all these old epic bands like some of you or most of you who are huge. So leave me alone, all right?
Okay, leave you alone. But anyway, so
not you.
Oh no, I'll leave you alone as well. I'll leave you alone. I'll stop poking. I'm sorry. I'm joking.
No, you can say whatever you want to me.
I
can just call you a dickhead.
Okay, I won't say that. I won't say that on air. I'll abuse you when we're off air, so no one can say I'm a bad person. But anyway, that's your Friday of Friday the 12th of June, 2009. Great way, and that very fond memories of that day. Being very excited, seeing that new lineup, layout. Faith No More headlining. It was all just like a complete daze and a dream for me personally. Just being there, let alone seeing one of my favourite bands of all time. Anyway, let's move on to the Saturday, shall we? And we're back to the Bedroom Jam. The Red Bull Bedroom Jam.com stage.
If you don't say the .com, it sounds okay.
Red Bull Bedroom Jam stage. That still sounds pretty, but the .com makes it sound even more 2000s because you got a .com everything.
Yeah,
it's great. Not many bands on here that I remember. This City kind of stands out as a band I might have known at the time, and Ghost of 1,000 are possibly still a band now, but they ended up to do some good things.
Yeah, I was going to say that's one of the only ones I remember. Was there something else? Serpico. From what I understand from reading in the book, I think it might have been Serpico, was somebody in like Def Leppard's other band, or one of those other bands, maybe Journey. I don't remember now. I only read it last night. I'm such a dick. But yeah, he basically said that he was just because it was like little interviews with people. All he was doing was practicing with either Serpico or this other band. He was going to the studio, going to his friend's house to practice.
Nice.
That's all he was doing at the time, just playing music.
Nice.
And so saying that, while we're on that I think there were quite a few bands that were similar. Like people in big band, it was their other sort of side project and everything like that. I think Voivod might have been the same, who played on the Tuborg stage on the Friday. There was definitely a few. But again,
that's cool.
That we'll find all of that out when we do our Where Are They Now series.
Yes, we'll go through all those and do a nice deep dive into these bands. So that was your Red Bull Bedroom Jam.com stage. Moving on to the Tuborg stage. Again, with some unknown bands on there that I don't recognise, apart from when we get up to the top, which is Lawnmower Death, Architects, and Anvil. Architects are playing Download this year, right? Yeah, they are. So, yeah. 2009, and they're playing this year, and they're playing much further up than main support on the third stage. They'll probably be on the main stage right now, or somewhere really high on the second. But yeah, I saw no one on that stage that day. I can tell you that much.
I don't think I did. Yeah.
No, but still looks pretty cool. Let's move on to the... Go on, sorry. Can we move on?
No, I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, sorry.
But I think Anvil were an old band again. They hadn't played. They hadn't played in like 29 years or something silly like that. So some of these were real old bands that played in the original Monsters of Rock.
So there you go.
From what I understand.
So moving on to the second stage, we have, so on this stage was The Crave, Symphony Cult, Hardcore Superstar, In Case of Fire, Fight Star, Static X, The Answer, Yumi at Six, Chris Cornell as main support, and The Prodigy headlining the second stage, which is, wow, huge deal. I saw two of these bands on this stage. I didn't see The Prodigy this year because they were clashing with someone that I can't remember. I think it might have been Manson, or I thought we were just getting a good place for Slipknot. We won't go that way anyway. But I definitely saw Fight Star and Static X. Do you remember seeing anything from this stage?
I didn't see anybody on the stage on this day.
It was the first time I'd seen Fight Star, and they had a song called Death Car, which is just a great fucking song. It sounds like old school Deftones. And this is where my love for the band sort of blossomed even more, because I liked some of the stuff they'd done, but seeing them live, I was like, shit, man, this Charlie can do some really good sort of heavy, really nice sounding stuff. I really like this band. And I just have a vivid memory of my small, tiny little friend Alex being a huge Fight Star fan, being crowd surfed and bumped around and everything. She's a tiny little thing, and she was just being boop, 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 boop everywhere. Very vivid memories of that. And me and my friend Louis trying to push in, and loads of stuff. And Static X is a good one because people might remember the B Circle pit that happened, the infamous download B Circle pit that happened at Static X and cost them 2 tracks. God damn it. It was one of the bands we were looking forward to seeing the whole weekend that we'd never seen, and bloody set got cut short. Typical, that is. But yeah.
I didn't hear about that at the time. I didn't know about that until you told me on the podcast. So within the last 4.5 years.
I was surprised at how many people had like commented on my YouTube and other things to say, dude, I remember the bees. That was crazy. Like, it was literally a swarm of bees had formed. And I mean, they were circulating like that all the way down to the floor and back up and down and back up. You know, thousands of people got out the way for this. It was insane. There must be footage somewhere, but we didn't have. My phone was a flip phone. The camera would not have been able to capture. I wish, I would have been able to vlog it, take some really high res photos for you guys, because it's so hard to explain what we witnessed when it comes to that sort of literally a circle pit of bees. It was insane.
Yeah. I just trying to remember what phone I had. And it was one of the early Google phones where they had like little panels for apps instead of menus.
Ah.
It was a bright green thing. And I think I still have it in one of these drawers down here.
Wow.
I'll try and find it in a bit.
Nice.
I do still have it, whether it's here or upstairs, up in the attic. I don't know.
Nice.
So I might have some pictures on it.
Oh, man.
If it even had a camera. I don't know if it had a camera.
Oh, you never know what will be on there.
It must.
Trying to think, it might be some interesting download text or something. I don't know. That would be fun to look through.
Okay.
Well, sorry. One of my other vivid memories of that Static X show is my brother and Lewis. We were quite close to the front. We'd got a really good space. And obviously this is, seeing Wayne Static, rest in peace, that close was just incredible because he just seemed like such a cool dude. And it's so depressing knowing that him and his wife both aren't here anymore. And they both looked so happy on stage, and she was bringing him shots and he was giving her kisses in between, and we were all loving it, and he was joking with the crowd, and he just looked like such a amazing, fun, happy person having the time of his life. And, 4 years later, that's it. He would be gone, which is just one of those just crazy, insane things. But what I was going to say is they said, guys, we've got to cut the set short. I'm sorry, but we got to skip to the last song. So he literally said, what do you guys want to hear? Like, what do you want us to play last? And everyone was shouting stuff. And he's like, what? And then my friend Lewis and my brother sort of just after everyone else had stopped talking just went, push it. And then he put his arm down like that towards my brother and Lewis and went, you guys want to hear Push It? Let's play Push It. And we were like, oh my God. They just told him what song to play and he played it. So that was, it might not have been, he might have heard it from somewhere else, but he pointed very much in their direction. You guys want to hear Push It? Let's play it. And then, going into one of the best new metal songs of all time, it was like, fuck it. Yes, mate. Let's kill this place. Really fond memories of that gig. And yeah, unfortunately, the one and only time I got to see Static X with Wayne Static in the flesh, which I didn't know, obviously, that at the time. Moving on to the main stage. which again is a really good lineup. We've got Ripper Owens opening the stage, Five Finger Death Punch, Devil Driver, Hatebreed, Down, Dragon Force, Pendulum, Marilyn Manson, and Slipknot headlining. You put that lineup on today, you're going to sell out your festival pretty much. That is absolutely stonking lineup.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Hatebreed wouldn't be anywhere near as high. They like the last one they played, they headlined the fourth stage, didn't they? Which is a shame.
No, they were on the main stage last year before.
Were they?
Last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, last year, the main stage, yeah. Bit lower down than that, but yeah. But no, I think what you mean, though. At this time, Hatebreed were quite on the forefront. They were on the forefront of metal. Yeah, they were probably on their third album by this point. Same with Devil Driver. Devil Driver were very much a band of the moment at this point. And Five Finger Death Punch, this was like their first or second album when they were just coming up and starting to get big as well. Dragon Force were huge at the time. So yeah, this was a wow tour de force. And then you got Down, obviously, just huge band, just sort of in between that. Let's not talk about Slipknot yet, but any of the others, do you remember watching or possibly being at any of these?
I'm not sure about Five Finger Death Punch. I feel like I probably would have been there, but I don't remember it. I do definitely remember being there for Devil Driver. We've talked before about what they did in 2007 on the second stage with the Circle Pit. I was there for that, but I didn't know much by them. I wasn't a fan of them at the time. I listened to them a hell of a lot at university.
So by this point,
I remember being... Yeah, so by this time I knew almost all the songs that they played. So yeah, I remember being there for that, and it was cool. Just actually knowing their stuff and enjoying it.
I had Fury of Our Maker's Hand on in the car on the way to work today. I was just listening to Grin Fucked, just oh yes, mate, going for it.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
It was a Mountain on that one as well. I think.
That was the first one.
Of my favorite songs.
But I'm pretty sure they played that at this as well. Mountain.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Again, and that's on YouTube, and it's so good.
Yeah.
I was watching loads of it last night. I think one of my friends was there that was a fan of Hatebreed. I don't remember much of what happened the rest of the day up till Slipknot, so I can't comment on much of that. I know I saw Dragon Force on the main stage before it moved. Well, I don't remember seeing them in this arena.
Mm.
So hazy. It's hazy.
Hazy. Well,
I got drunk after Devil Driver.
I mean, I remember being stonking. I remember we were getting Five Finger Death Punch we were there for, and it was quite early in the day. Obviously, only second band on. I remember at the time, I did like a couple of their tunes, but not many. There was a couple that I got in a Metal Hammer CD, and I thought, no, these guys are good. When I watched that show, they were so good. I was like, this band are going to be huge. They are going to take over. His stage presence and vocals, I mean, they're really bad now, but their music, his vocals, his stage presence, they literally blew me. Everyone was just like, fuck, this band are really good. I still remember now standing there just going, shit, this band are good. I wouldn't be the biggest fan going forward of Five Finger Death Punch. There's certain bits that I like, certain bits I don't like. I mean, they cringe overall, but at this time when they were sort of that up and coming, really hungry for it band, it was kind of just these guys want it, and they want it really bad.
Yeah. When I listen to, I don't listen to them very much anymore, but when I do listen, I just get taken back to remembering why I fell in love with him in the first place.
Yeah.
Like you said, his voice, just how he uses it, it's just so commanding, like you said. But I mean, it's all about the army and fighting, isn't it? So being commanding, it probably fits it quite well, and just so powerful, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it was pure Monster. They had Monster T-shirts on. They were all drinking Monster. Typical, American flags. Your typical just Five Finger Death Punch fan / cringe American bollocks. But it at the time, it was fresh, and it was. So it didn't seem cringe because it was oh, this is something new. What's this? In the years later, it would become a bit repetitive, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. And that's another thing, actually. I've always found it difficult to put them, like, pigeonhole them into a genre. It's just straight general rock music or heavy metal or metal. It doesn't really go off to anything, which is a good thing, which is like refreshing, because it doesn't try to be anything different. It's just straight up, and it's kind of timeless, I would say, because of that. I mean,
I get what you mean.
I wouldn't say timeless, but
no, I get
it doesn't
that.
sound odd.
They built a sort of
After
box of
many years.
music, and they never really strayed that much out of it. Like other bands here, they kind of just said, "This is what we're good at. This is the kind of music we're going to make," which is fine. And I mean, they're a huge band, so they've done well just sticking to what they do. I like it. It's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great
I
show.
haven't listened to many of the new recent stuff though. Oh, yeah, ignore
No. I haven't really been following on. But anyway, but yeah, Five Finger Death Punch and Into Devil Driver, which we've both mentioned. Wow, man. I will. One of my greatest download memories is when they are opening up those absolutely giant pits, and me and Leader in the thick of it. We ran into the middle of the giant pit, just stood there, arms out wide, just looking at the stage, running back into the pit. It's one of my greatest, most fond download memories for me and all of my friends. My brother as well will just bang on about every time Devil Driver played Download and how just unbelievable they were. The control that Des had over the crowd, the amount that people wanted to go mental and make Devil Driver shows great, and their music just really resonated with the kids of the 2000s and just really made everyone just go, fuck yes, I'm going to destroy this place because Devil Driver are playing. So like that gig will forever live for me in the greatest moments of Download Festival.
Yeah. Again, watching it, I was quite far back. I didn't see how big the circle pit's got this year, but watching it, you can see them. There's two massive ones either side because there's obviously a walkway down the middle.
Yeah.
If that middle walkway wasn't there, that would have been huge.
Oh, it would have been the biggest pit in Download history. I mean, I think they already were the two biggest pits that I've ever seen at Download, but if it would have joined into one, it would have been the biggest circle pit of all time at Download Festival. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
I was in, so if you're watching the TV, it's on the right hand side, but it would have been stage left. That's the one that I was in.
Okay.
So stage left, but it's
on your facing out.
Yeah. When you're facing out, it's on your right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So right on the TV, but stage left when you're looking at the stage.
Cool. If I was any good at uni, I would have learnt that. I couldn't remember.
Yeah. That's all right. It's just, one of those things, isn't it? You've been.
That's something
Go on.
That's something I always forget. I did learn that in college, but it just never sticks for some reason.
Yeah.
One of those things just does not stick in my brain.
That's all right. It's just one of those things. So yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah.
Amazing. And I remember just being like, afterwards, being like, wow, okay. Oh, God. And the giant pit was to Meet the Wretched. That's what they've done the giant pit to.
Yeah.
I specifically remember being like, this is a great song off the first album. And then he's like, fucking get this shit open. I was like, oh my God, it's amazing. Yeah, awesome. But anyway, people just don't pit like they used to. It's just the truth. It's just a fact. Pits, everything just aren't the same these days. Apart from some hardcore shows where they very much are very old school, and I like it. Anyway, so Devil Driver was incredible. Most of that is on YouTube as well, so if you want to go check that out, do it. It's not in the highest quality out of some of them, but it's still watchable. So I suggest you just go and view a couple of bits, but it's not HD like some of them are, unfortunately. On to Hatebreed, who I also watched.
Nice.
And they were Hatebreed, as always. To be fair, the crowd was a tiny bit deflated after Devil Driver. I felt like Hatebreed got put in the death spot a little bit because they got put on after Devil Driver, where you're just like, this band has just killed this entire festival and now we've got to go out and kill it again. But they still put on a great show. People still involved themselves. And it was still very good. I don't have any standout memories from it, but I do remember it being quite good. And then going on to Down, which I have very good memories of. And that set is definitely on YouTube as well because I've watched it and it's very good. There's a very, very good version of Down the Crow. Fuck me, Stone the Crow. which I specifically remember singing. And Leader being the biggest Phil Anselmo fan of all time.
Yeah.
Of course, I was standing right next to him. He was freaking out the entire time, like he always does when we used to go see Phil. We'd seen them at Brixton the year before, so we'd already seen them quite recently. But every time he got to see them, he just flipped out basically. So being next to him is always a joyous occasion, especially when you're a Down fan as well. We were singing all the songs and passing the weed around and fucking drinking, doing it, whatever the hell we were doing. But it was good because this was about the time when he'd cleaned himself up a little bit. He was on the side of the stage when Devil Driver, he's good friends with Des from Devil Driver, and he was on the side of the stage when Devil Driver played in 2007, and he was absolutely off his tits, not knowing what was going on, couldn't even speak into the microphone because he was so intoxicated. So it was nice to see Phil Compos Mentis, not drunk, I assume probably stoned, but quite normal for Phil Anselmo, because this is when he was coming to the end of his because I said things about Dimebag, he killed himself, I'm just gonna try and kill myself through drinking alcohol and doing drugs. So it was nice to see him a little bit more Compos Mentis and in a bit of a better situation a couple of years later, because this was a really good performance. His vocals were great, the band sounded incredible. It's probably the best Down show I've seen apart from that, maybe that Brixton one, I'm not sure.
Cool.
But yeah, then Dragon Force came on and we walked away because we can't stand Dragon Force. We were like, what is this bollocks? You've got one song, get the fuck off the stage, why are you playing so high? And I still feel exactly the same today.
Cool.
No comment. All right, and then moving...
I kind of feel similar. I was enthralled by them a little bit, I think, when they first came about. But yeah, when I saw them, it would have been a main stage before it all moved. And I was just like, yeah, okay, this is not as exciting or as what's the right word? Impressive as it looks and sounds.
Get you.
I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, not that bothered by them anymore.
Okay, look at that. Okay, now. Right, moving on. Pendulum, which I have vivid memories of. I don't know, I must have a bloody good memory. But I do remember me and my friends, my brother especially, we all love Pendulum. We all love Pendulum Prodigy, all that kind of stuff. And everyone was just vibing, pissed out of our nuts, dancing. And yeah, it was just great fun. That's really all I remember from any time I've seen Pendulum. And then Manson... Go on, sorry. Were you going to say something?
I think I might have been there for Pendulum now, thinking about it. I think I was there. I don't remember much because I wasn't a big fan at the time anyway. So I was maybe just sat around, just waiting, drinking some beer probably. But I was there for it. And probably Marilyn Manson as well.
Yeah, this was during the Manson Wasn't Good live times. It was a better performance than 2007 was, because that was fucking awful. But this was during the time when my absolute love and obsession for Marilyn Manson really was wearing thin and really started to sort of grind away at me, because his live performances had gone from being one of the best people I've seen to being one of the worst, just because he was just really not in a good place or doing anything good. He was still releasing good stuff, but the live shows just weren't cutting it in comparison to what he was releasing. So not very fond memories of this one. It was better than 2007, but still not a brilliant show, especially for a sub-headliner. Played some bangers, sang along for a bit, but we were all really, the whole thing about really this day was Slipknot. Slipknot, this was the coming out party. This was the jewel in the crown. This was the explosive moment that Slipknot went from big band to megastars. This was it. Corey Taylor would say the same. All he does is speak very vividly and doesn't have enough good things to say about this particular set in any interview that he's asked, or he will tell you it's a very important moment in the history of Slipknot, this gig. And it was important for Download. It's important for all the people that were there, Slipknot fans. People still watch this gig to this day and say, fucking holy shit. It's on YouTube in full HD, beautifully restored. It is still to this day one of the greatest gigs, I think, possibly to ever happen in the world of metal. It's definitely one of the greatest shows I've ever seen, witnessed, been there for. I probably haven't experienced a more visceral show than this show got. Just the energy, the release, the emotion. I mean, this really was something special, which is why people still bang on about it, even 16 years later. So, yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, first time Slipknot headlining Download, huge deal.
Yeah, first time headlining any festival.
Yeah.
So obviously they've been working. I mean, it's hard to imagine a time where they, when you see them on a poster and they're third down.
I know, yeah.
Sub-headlining.
Yeah.
Like, it's Slipknot. What are you on about? What are you doing? But I mean, yeah, it was incredible. This is one of my favorite memories of any Download. Like you said, the energy, and I've said this a few times before, but we were quite far back. We were sort of at the top of the hill, probably about where sort of the stalls on the left-hand side, if you're looking at the main stage, where they sort of cut in left to go, and then there's a few more in like another right angle that leads towards the third stage.
Yes.
So we were probably in line with that first corner. And so, yeah, we were quite far back. But as soon as they started playing, all of us just went mental. And we were having like a little mosh pit, like where we were. We all felt that energy.
Yeah.
And it was just insane. And I had no idea they filmed it and put it on a DVD.
Oh.
And I found it on Spotify, just the audio version. And I sent it to you. I was like, did you know this existed? Download 2009. And you obviously did know it. I think Seeger started talking about it in the Discord a few days later.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, it's a big thing. People know about it. It was a DVD. It wasn't just the audio that's on Spotify. It was the actual DVD.
Yeah, proper DVD.
So yeah, I need to. I want to watch that. But I've listened to it. I listened to it a few times, and it just sounds so good.
It does. Yeah.
I really want to listen to some other headline sets to see if the sound is just like the same, or if there was something extra to them this year.
Yeah.
Because it feels like there was, but I don't know.
I think just the energy, the emotion. I mean, Corey halfway through the set is basically in tears, saying how he can't believe what this band's achieved, what they've done, how they're headlining, how all these people are there. Like you could feel that what he was saying was absolutely genuinely like, this is a fucking dream moment. I remember when he's just like, I just want to take this in for a second, and he's just looking out and everyone's just like, fucking yes. It's like, just imagine being on that stage and experiencing it from that point of view,
Yeah.
So
yeah. And so they did it in 10 years, and I think that is still quite quick to get to headline status.
Yeah, definitely.
10 years is,
I mean, not as quick as some
time.
bands. And Linkin Park was like 4.
Good point.
Yeah, there were some quick ones,
but
but I get what you
Linkin
mean.
Park were in mainstream. Yeah.
Yeah, Linkin Park kind of just went where Slipknot had to build a little bit more, where Linkin Park just went big from the get-go. So, yeah, Slipknot did have to work a little bit more for it.
Bring Me the Horizon, one of the biggest bands on the planet now.
Mm-hmm.
What was it, 2006 they started? So it took them
properly
17 years.
Yeah. I mean, they probably could have headlined a few years before, but yeah, I get you. Around the 15-year mark, so still 5 years more than it took Slipknot to actually get there.
Yeah, and Iron Maiden were 27, about 30 years it took them to headline Download. Since they started. Sorry, being a twat now. Sorry, what are we talking about?
But anyway, so yeah, I think the right now is yes, Slipknot gig, very good, and still considered by most people to be one of the best shows to ever take place at Download, without a doubt. Definitely, yeah, within the conversation of being first, second, or third. I would have thought for people that have been to a lot of the Downloads. For you guys that didn't experience it, you can't go back in time, but you do have the live show to look back on, and you still get I still get that energy from just watching it. But we were quite close. We were on the right hand side of the stage. We were, I want to say, 4 or 5 people back from the barrier, getting crushed.
Really? Oh man, nice.
Honestly, that's why it's such a memorable for a couple of my friends that were together. I think it was me, Carter, Donald, and my brother that were together right at the front. And our friends were a little bit further back, but they were still sort of in the mix. And I've never been so dehydrated after a show. When everyone dissipated, we'd done that typical thing where we sort of stand, let everyone go. And we were like, I'm literally going to pass out because I've used every single bit of energy I had. And then the craziest thing happened is we were like, do you have any money? No. Got any money? No. No one had money to buy a drink out of the four of us, right? We're walking back out of the arena. Donald goes, 20 quid there. Picks up off the floor. 20. He just literally went, 20 quid there. Picked up the floor, 20 quid note. Went and bought us all drinks. What a legend.
Very nice.
I remember having a Sprite and just being like, drinking the entire Sprite. Just like, all the fizziness, don't care. Just get all of that sugar and moisture into my lips and body. But that's the thing that we talk about still to this day. I always say to Ronnie, you're a lucky bastard, man, finding that 20 quid a download. So yeah, like this, like I said, there's so many memories of me and my friends from this year, but yeah, that was definitely a fond one. So yeah, we won't bang on about Slipknot again, but if you've never watched it, or you're a Slipknot fan, or you're a fan of Download, go and watch that set. You will not be disappointed. It is scandalous how good it is.
Yeah,
And
I'm going to watch it all again fully. I've not watched all of it. I've maybe watched about 20 minutes and then skipped through a few other bits. I'm going to watch it in full.
Yeah. Hell's yeah, brother. Right. Must. And finally, let's end with the Sunday of Download, which was at the time labelled for the main stage, the Classic Rock Sunday. Again, we'll go through a couple on the small stage, the redbullbedroomjam.com stage. We need names like this again, man. It's so much fun to say. It's great. Do you know what now? I'm not even going to call it the Dogtooth stage. I'm going to call it the redbullbedroomjam.com stage. And I don't care what anyone says. That's what the stage is called from now on.
Cool.
A couple of names I see that I see here. Twin Atlantic, who I saw at Trees a couple of times. Very good band. We actually realised that we both enjoy, which is... that was fun.
We did, yeah.
Both saying we liked them, which was cool. We didn't know that about each other. We Are the Ocean, who I do remember at the time. Is that the one that... Is it We Are the Ocean, or is it another one? I Am the Ocean? Okay, there was a... I don't remember. Okay, I won't go into that because I might talk about the wrong band. If we come up against the right band one day, I'll tell you the story. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, again, First Strike, Logan, Faye Komodo, Jet Black, Million and Reload, Fall from Grace, Exit Avenue, Flood of Red, bands that I don't remember or I didn't particularly listen to. So again, probably unlikely that a lot of these bands are still going, or maybe they changed their name and formed into other bands or whatever. But yeah, I would like to go through all of those one day. Weirdly, right. Okay, so we're moving on to the Tuborg stage. We've left, unfortunately, the redbullbedroomjam.com stage. I just want to say that over and over again. I do not remember the 69 Eyes playing this festival. I fucking love 69 Eyes. Why did I not watch 69 Eyes? Oh my God, it's like a goth dream. I don't know what I was thinking in 2009. Okay. Damn. Anyway, right, on top of this stage headlining is a band called Go Audio. And for some reason, we really picked up on this band over the weekend. And our whole group could not stop yelling Go Audio. People in the group were making songs up about it. People were just yelling Go Audio. I don't think anyone had any idea who this band was, what they sounded like. But in our group, Go Audio became a thing for this weekend. And for a little bit afterwards. And I have no idea why. Absolutely no idea. I don't know. I don't know who Go Audio are. I don't know.
It always comes from... I will take an educated guess on what happened. Someone was looking through the lanyard, reading out some bands, and they said Go Audio, and then made a joke, and then everybody made the same joke.
Probably,
and then just carried it on.
Yeah, it's probably very likely how that happened. Yeah, I don't know who it was coming. Don't know who it was coming from, but yeah. But anyway, some bands that you guys might recognise from this: Turbo Wolf, 69 Eyes, Steel Panther. Okay, no, they go in that early. Mm-hmm. Therapy, and of course Go Audio. I still don't know what they sound like. I'm going to go listen to some Go. I'm still going to listen to some Go Audio after this. But yeah, so not a lot on there. But as Pulled Apart by Horses as well. I remember like a Math Brook band. I think like maybe? I don't remember, but yeah. Remember that name from the time, I think. But yeah, so not really much on the Tuborg stage, but go listen to Go Audio, because just for the crack, it's hilarious. Moving on to the second stage, some quite heavy stuff on here, man. Trigger the Bloodshed, really heavy band at the time. Suicide Silence,
Yeah.
God Forbid, another fantastically underrated band. My God, they were great. That band should have been huge. Seven Dust, another great remnant of the new metal era. Volbeat, Shinedown, Clutch, Buckcherry, Papa Roach, and headlining the second stage, Trivium. That's a hell of a lineup, dude.
Yeah, it is.
That's
especially again. I mean, Volbeat aren't as big here, but they're headlining festivals.
Yeah.
in like mainland Europe.
Yeah. In Europe, they are absolutely massive. And yeah, like Seven Dust, big band. God Forbid, big band at the time. Shinedown, probably weren't that big at this time, but they were still going for it. Clutch, everyone loves Clutch now. Everyone loves Shinedown. Yeah. Buckcherry, they'd probably still be on there. Papa Roach, giant band. Trivium, huge. Yeah. I mean, you could put those bands on today and people would be like, that is really great booking. Yeah, you could. We should do that sometime. Leak a poster that has old posters. Like they've got like the Sunday second stage of one year and then and the main stage put like, no, maybe not main stage wouldn't work, but yeah. See what people think about it. Yeah. How would you like this today if this was announced? We'd be like, oh, that's so sick. Yeah. Or people be like, we have no idea who these bands are. You're old. Go to bed, old man. Which would probably be one. Did you see anyone on this stage? You would have been a Shinedown fan at the time? ? No, I wasn't. I discovered I remember when I discovered Shinedown. It was when I was a sound guy for the covers band. Like I said, it was just before I, or maybe just as I started. And I would always play that song. That song as a band, I would always play Devour as like a sound check before the band get onto sound check and everything, just to sort of check everything. But yeah, I had never heard of them at this point. Wow, it was just after. Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, that's probably about right, isn't it? This is probably just before they kind of broke properly. Even though people really liked that first album, didn't they? So, but yeah. I mean, I didn't watch anyone on this stage actually. I mean, I didn't even go and watch Papa Roach. Because they were clashing with either ZZ Top or Whitesnake. So I didn't go and watch, which normally I would never miss a Papa Roach show. But yeah, we were severely hungover this day. And I mean, yeah, like got up and thinking, I'm going to die at some point. This was the day I shit myself as well. I shit myself this day. Oh, did you? Good. Yeah, I shit myself. Tell me more. I particularly remember... That's twice you talked about that in this episode. Have I? Once from this weekend and once from the past. Oh, yes. I mean, okay, yes. Oh, I definitely put myself... I didn't put myself. I'd done it in the toilet this weekend, but down. So, because obviously, I wasn't buying meals at this point. I'd only just... This was the year I was leaving home, so I was still leaving home at this point, so... We couldn't afford meals, yeah. I was under whatever mum had provided me or whatever I was able to buy on my own money, which wasn't a lot of money. So, yeah, I literally lived on noodles and peanuts and alcohol the whole weekend. So my stomach's not good at the best of times. I didn't know that at this point that I was like lactose intolerant or anything, but I'd started to have sort of things where I'm like, okay, that hurts. I got cramps here. That's not good. And I remember thinking all of a sudden, and this must have been, I've got partial IBS, not bad, but just a tiny little bit. But it does come on suddenly. So I'll be sitting there, like me and Vicky will be downstairs watching a film, and I'll just go toilet, go toilet now. Like it's 0 to 100. When you've got to go, you've got to go right there. You don't get there, you're going to shit yourself. It's as simple as that. And this was one of the first sort of times it really happened to me. But I think it was mainly from what I'd been eating the whole weekend. But I was at camp and I was like, I gotta go. Didn't quite make it to the toilet in time. I mean, it wasn't really solid. It was in my pants. It came out the pants a little bit and went onto the inside of my camo shorts. It wasn't pretty. And lovely. I did throw the boxers away. There was no way of recovering them. I wasn't bringing them back in a bag. So I went back commando, cleaned up the little bit that went on the shorts with my wipes that I had, and then I got back to the tents and cleaned and changed. But so bad stomach, very hungover, feeling very sorry for myself on this Sunday of Download, just because I'd had so much fun the whole time, really.
Yeah.
Um,
But you just reminded me of, like, could be another reason why I didn't spend that much time in the arena. It's because I always made sure I had plenty of beer with me. It took probably about 4 crates of 20 at the time I was taking. Maybe 3 or 4 crates of 20 or 18 or whatever you could get. But it could even 24 actually at that point. But anyway, in the campsite, alcohol is an infinite resource.
yes.
In the arena, we had no money. I couldn't drink if I went to the arena.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, same. So
Yeah,
we might have
another reason.
We might have bought a couple of drinks, or between us, or like I said, we would have snuck stuff in, done anything we could do basically to get drinks at the time. So yeah, you do as much drinking as you can before you go. People I really wanted to see Journey, but everyone I was with really wanted to see Blackstone Cherry. So I'll quickly just go through what your lineup was on the main stage for the day. So you had Stone Gods, Tesla, Skin, Blackstone Cherry, Journey, Dream Theater, ZZ Top, Whitesnake, and your headliners for Sunday, 14th of June 2009 were Def Leppard. So yeah, like I said, we got in for Blackstone Cherry. I remember that. I remember just laying down, just being like, I just need to die somewhere. And it was really hot this day as well. I remember it was just like, all this weekend of drinking, not having any water is finally taking its toll on me. I did come around though. By the time Journey came on, I was like, yes, play some good tunes, man. Let's just vibe to Journey. So I remember vibing to Journey as well. I don't remember any of Dream Theater, so I don't know what the hell we were doing during Dream Theater. I know we must have been waiting for ZZ Top, so I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't even remember Dream Theater being on this lineup. So
I didn't remember them being there this year.
No.
I was a big fan of them at the time. I remember seeing them in 2007, headlining the second stage, I believe. But I don't think I watched them. If I did, I was very hungover and couldn't pay attention very much.
Do you remember watching anyone on this day?
No, nobody.
Okay. I just didn't want to pre-jump you if you had something to say about one of the bands. So yeah, Dream Theater, me and Adam both don't remember them even being there. I'm pretty sure that's a mistake. There's no way they were there, surely.
Hey, it's on YouTube.
Oh, so they were there. There you go. Confirmed.
They start with Pull Me Under. They play 5. They had a 45-minute set and they played 5 songs.
Yes, typical Dream Theater. Great.
Yeah.
And 14 drum solos. Yes, and then ZZ Top, which I very much do remember because I remember my mum banging on about in the 80s, singing ZZ Top, being pregnant with me and going to a ZZ Top show. So technically it was my second ZZ Top show because I had been in my mother's womb while she watched ZZ Top at Wembley in whatever year that was. I don't even want to mention it. It's too long ago. But yes, so as a fetus, I did witness a ZZ Top show as well.
Fantastic.
So it kind of felt like a real full circle. I really like ZZ Top. And I just felt like for mum, I kind of had to see them just to be... And they were great. I mean, just classic blues, rock, good tunes. Nothing bad you can really say about ZZ Top tunes. Very, very good. But Whitesnake was what me and my group were mainly excited about because we are all huge Whitesnake marks and we'd seen them a couple of years before and they were bloody great. And Whitesnake were just incredible. The sun was kind of like coming lower than normal. So you had that kind of beautiful set of sun everywhere, that kind of glow of orange while they were playing. So it just added to David Coverdale's sexy vocals and loads of great guitar solos and singing about how much you love everyone. It kind of felt like you were back in the 80s while they were playing all these 1987 hits. So yeah, Whitesnake were absolutely brilliant. And when they played Still of the Night, which was like a big song for me and my group, we were all just up singing, fucking rocking out, just fucking dancing, banging our heads. So yeah, I absolutely loved that Whitesnake show. I'll have to see if it's on YouTube. I haven't actually checked to see if that one or the ZZ Top one is actually on there.
No, I haven't.
So yeah, I'll have to have a look at that. And then headlining, another band that I am a huge fan of, Def Leppard, which again were just a brilliant way to end Download on the Sunday. Just relaxing. I think we went about 3/4 of the way through their set because the girls were getting cold because the sun had gone down and everyone was just in shorts and t-shirts. No one had even thought to bring a hoodie. But still thoroughly enjoyed it. Love Def Leppard. Love the Def Leppard show. And I just thought it was a great way to end my first or second favourite Download. I can't decide between this one and 2023 for my favourite downloads of all time. It's between those two, this one and that one. Can't quite decide which one was better. But yeah, man. 2009, man. I mean, I have so much more that I could talk about with all the experiences at the campsite and what me and my friends were doing, but I feel like people won't be that interested in them because they weren't there, so I won't mention any of those. I'll bring those up over the episodes when we talk about them and things remind me of them rather than bringing them all up in one big... Because I could talk for another hour about all of the stuff that happened just at the campsite alone that year and all of the vivid memories. But I will put all the pictures I have on Discord so everyone can see them.
Nice. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And I looked through my old phones. I'm not sure if I had that phone, actually. That green Google app one. Because I think I had that in 2016, actually. But I will have the phone that I had. I've never thrown a phone away.
Wow, okay.
I know. Still got my 3310 somewhere.
Oh my God, that's
and
insane. God, I wish I had some of my old phones, but unfortunately they've all perished.
Yeah, I think I almost all of them, I got a new phone before it actually died fully. It just got a bit, they got slow and rubbish. So I kept them because I thought I might want to turn that on again sometime. I'm going to look for them.
Nice.
That'd be cool.
Nice.
To add on to this, so the eagle-eared of you, that's not the right phrase. Who has good ears?
What do you mean, an animal?
Yeah.
Cats, dogs, they have good ears. Cats.
The dog-eared of you.
That sounds wrong, but yeah, I like it.
I know. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. So you would have worked out. I don't remember seeing that many people on this year. It doesn't necessarily mean I didn't see them, but I would have been the same as you on the Sunday. I would have been extremely hungover. There's a good chance I did go and see Papa Roach and Trivium. I mean, I know they were huge at the time, but I was probably too hungover to remember much anyway. Def Leppard, I have never been anywhere near the main stage when Def Leppard have played.
Oh.
They've headlined like 3 or 4 times or something, haven't they?
Yeah, at least 3.
Never. Yeah.
Damn.
That's a bit of an asshole thing to say. I'm not going to put that in there.
Yeah, what the hell's wrong with Def Leppard?
That's funny.
Jesus Christ.
Again, they're an older band. I never went back to listen to many of the older bands, and it was never force fed me by anybody older than me.
Oh, I would have thought that really people that love Maiden so much, although Def Leppard was a much more mainstream band, I would have thought that you would have picked up on at least a couple of Def Leppard tunes. Yeah.
Yeah, I never did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, such an amazing album. Such an amazing year this one was. And like we said earlier, it would have been many people's favourite year for, I think the only year that came close was 2023. So it would have been a lot of people's favourite year for a long time.
Yeah. Again,
if they went.
Like 2008, there's probably not a lot of the percentage of the Download attendees now that went to Download 2009 and are still going. I know there are a few of us. I know this was Chids' first year, so he's probably got a hell of a lot to say about Download 2009 and his first experiences at festival. This was like my...
He does have a vlog on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a vlog.
If you want to go and watch that as well.
This was my fourth download. So, I was well into my download run at this point. But yeah, most people that are going download now would have not been to download pre 2015, shall we say? So,
no,
you're right. Not that many people listening to this would have even known or even been old enough to know what download was at this point. So, us oldie woldies always hold this in high regard, like the granddads we are, and all of you are like, "Shut the hell up, old man."
Granddads we are.
2009 was whack, bro. My first year was 2023. So, and we get that. Everyone experiences and comes in at different points. We're just some of the old guard that still remember this. But I really wish all you guys were there to experience it with us, because it was a time.
Yeah, and so I've said a few times throughout this episode that I read all the sort of the interview snippets from the book. I was quite bored for most of it. I'm going to be honest, and there's a reason for that. It's because all of the bands were so good. It was such a good year. It was such a massive amount of good bands that every band was so excited to see other bands and see their friends, and you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm not slagging it off. I'm not saying anything bad about it. Everybody, I didn't read any of any interviews that had like shenanigans, to people getting pissed and going into other people's like changing areas or the after show parties or anything like that. It was all, I was so excited to see this band, or I wanted to see this band, but I had to fly out to another festival. But by the time it got to the, it was maybe 7 or 8. I'm going to do it. It was maybe 6 or 7 fan interviews at the end, and they were all much longer, and they were all about the shenanigans that happened in the campsite. And so for them, the favorite thing that they wanted to talk about was the shit that happened in the background.
Yeah.
And that is what the campsites were like back then. And I think the people that would go every year, no matter what, they didn't care who was playing. It was because of those memories in the campsite. I know we've said this a few times, but like, yeah, just stopping to smell the roses.
Yes.
And if you've got so many big bands, it's like with the bands talking about it, they couldn't stop and smell the roses, and it was quite boring. Whereas we could. I stopped and smelled the roses most of the weekend in the campsite.
Yeah.
But I don't have the memories. But yeah, we talked about it so many times. Like, the more stuff they're putting on, the more activities they're putting on, people aren't stopping and smelling the roses as much anymore. And so it's not going to keep them coming back at time after time after time. So yeah, I think it was. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I just wanted to point that out. That's the kind of vibe I was getting from reading the book. It's like you don't hear about campsite stories at all anymore.
No.
I wasn't going to read them. I didn't even bring the book up with me, but there was a couple. Like, one guy basically said a guy just wandered into their camp. He was tied up, tape over his mouth. And so they helped free him, and they tried to find something to cut the tape or something, and they couldn't. So they just found something and just had loads of marks over his face. And then he sat drinking beer with them for ages after, and like, just such such random stories of stuff happening, and they just don't happen anymore. And I think before doing this I'm glad we do this podcast, because before doing this podcast, I was stuck on the past a little bit. I was stuck on those years. Now I can leave them behind, and they are fantastic memories. But I'm not so much trying to say like they were the best years. You know, the people who go now.
Yeah, it won't get any better. It's gonna. Yeah. I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gatekeeping or anything like that.
No.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
No. I mean, yeah. I still have a fantastic time at Download. It's just it's a different kind of fun than what you used to have there. Still fun. Yeah. I can still get pissed at camp with people and fuck around and do loads of crazy shit, but it just doesn't have the same feeling as it used to there, which is fine. Things change, evolve. If it stays the same forever, it would have got dull and boring, and Download is different now. So that's just the way. I mean, we tied people up at this. I done Salvia at this one. We done a join the line thing that I've got to talk about at some point. We circle
that one, yeah.
We circle pitted around rides. We tits, arse, penis. Oh fuck me! What people climbing the poles in the group, mini tornadoes. I mean, there is so much to talk about. Just the campsite stuff that happened at Download 2009. It's going to have to be a whole different episode or something, because I could go on, like I said, for another good hour and a bit just talking about what happened to my group alone. So yeah, cool. I could about the campsite in general, but just not about 2009 as much. Get what you mean?
But yeah, so that was Download 2009. If we probably could go on more. We could, like I've said a few times throughout, there's some of these bands who are sort of offshoots from other bands, and there's probably loads more that I didn't read about that have something sort of significant about them. So I know we keep saying that we're going to do extra stuff, but I really want to do this and look back at some of these bands and see where they are now. But not today, because it's time to bring this episode to an end. And I'm just gonna. It's not the best segue, but I just want to sort of piggyback off something you said a minute ago about download just staying the same over and over again, and it'll get stale. They had to evolve, similar to Linkin Park. I've said that a few times. You know, they could Simon knows what's coming. They could have stayed doing the same music as, you know, the first two albums, but that might have got stale and boring, and they wouldn't maybe not have got as big as they were. And yet they're headlining this year, and this is the time of year we would normally do our headliner episodes. But Simon just keeps throwing ideas at me, trying to push back the next episode that we do about the headliners, because the next one is Linkin Park, and he's doing anything he possibly can to not talk about Linkin Park.
No, I'm doing anything I can to not talk about Linkin Park post 2017. I'll talk about anything before, anything you want. It's the post 2017 part that I really don't want to talk about.
That might have been the most long-winded segue I've ever done, but I thought it was good.
Very good.
Let me know if I caught you out with it. Yeah, so are we doing that next episode, or are we doing something else? Is it going to be time for the headliner episodes?
Oh, if that's what you want to do, then that's what we're going to do, isn't it?
I think I haven't looked at it for a while, but I think I worked out we only had 3 spare episodes this year, not talking about download related stuff this year.
Well,
we've done 2 now.
Yeah, we'll use them up late. Yeah, we'll use the other one later in the year. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next episode will be all about Linkin Park. I still haven't looked up when Limp Bizkit's album is going to be coming out, actually. But it's not out yet, and it's probably not going to be coming out in the next 2 weeks. So we're doing the headliners backwards. Next one's Linkin Park on the Sunday. Download this year. We're going to talk about all sorts. We're going to talk about, you know, the history. We're going to talk about
albums,
Emily Armstrong.
Yeah, talk about Chester, beginnings, endings, all of it. Everything Linkin Park.
Yeah, cool. And cool. Yeah, so hopefully, if any of you are new for this episode, that you might come back for that one. But for now, it's time to wrap this episode up. Before we do that, though, we do have to say a massive thank you to all of our legendary Patreons, who are Breckirm, Wendy, Duncan Scott, Joe Butler, Mike Ferris, Andy Taylor, Liam Hopwood, Tom West, Vicky Rutter, Ethan Brown, Matthew Scoot, Henry Richardson, Chris Hambridge, Alexander Toon, and James. All of you guys are absolute massive legends. Thank you so much for supporting us the way that you do. If anybody else wants to become a Patreon, you can do. Just head over to Patreon. You'll be able to find a link to it in the link tree. We have a few different tiers. Have a look through, pick whichever one you want. But any money that you do send us, we put straight back into the podcast to make it better and bigger and better. There we go. Thank you.
That was really good.
Thank you. Before we go, Simon, do you want to say any more about your YouTubes?
Yeah, go onto my YouTube, subscribe if you haven't, to both of them. Simon Says Cinema will be out now with the first video and the little introduction. And of course, my main site, well, not say main, but my other Simon Bond channel, festivals, music, etc. Yeah, still doing all the stuff on there as well. So videos will start from February, I would say, for that, just to build up to festival season and everything. But yeah, big things coming this year.
Cool. Very nice. Yeah, so you'll find links to those in the episode description as well. Do you know what? I will give my thing a plug. I know I said I wouldn't earlier, but yeah, I'm going to be starting a Dungeons & Dragons actual play on YouTube too. The first episode is recorded and ready to go, but we cannot release it until close to the end of February. But yeah, it's going to be called Critical Pit, and you can find a link to the YouTube in the episode description. There might not be any videos just yet, if you're too trigger happy on that one, but it will be coming, and you can find it. So yeah, it'll be cool to see you over there as well. Thank you. Okay, that was a great episode. Loved that one. but we do have to go now. So it's a goodbye from Simon.
Goodbye.
And a goodbye from me. Goodbye.